I haven't seen her in months. Liquid Lunch is having a serious ratings issue because we can't get enough Erin on. But she does join us today from sunny Florida. She is the executive director of USA Strong, a nonpartisan, non-political group fighting to advocate to end America's dependence on China and bring attention to many issues that people don't realize on how badly China is infiltrating our society. Erin, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes today. Give us some updates from your perspective on this whole DNC catastrophe.
Well, the ratings are in the toilet, right? So I don't know if you've seen, there's a new Kim K in town. She's running for office in Baltimore. There was a meme online. Everyone should look it up. She got 5 million views on her campaign ad, which blew Michelle Obama's speech out of the water. So I think everyone is really seeing the DNC infomercial, if you will, as a total snooze fest. And I think the greatest quote about it so far was Marianne Williamson. You remember her. She was the one that was really out to lunch.
Oh, I loved her. I loved her.
She called the DNC the world, I think something like this, I'm paraphrasing, the world's longest Marriott commercial.
yeah, she's
right?
Great. She was the one that was talking about how she was going to connect with the spirits and the energies of the universe to bring everybody's balance back, and she was going to unblock all of our chakras. That was her, right? Marianne Williamson.
I really wish she got more airtime. Her and Tulsi Gabbard, I want to bring them both back for nothing else other than savagery and entertainment value. And I think, Bill Clinton yesterday, he was coming in hot. He must have been really tense. Maybe he even got a massage before his speech.
I think we actually got some exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of Bill Clinton's warm-up. And I was really surprised. They were talking about ending misogyny and colonization, but they use, a known misogynist and pedophile pal as one of the speakers. Nico, do we have that picture? Here we go. This is him getting ready to make his 5-minute speech in hour 1 during the DNC. So he's known, I don't know, Erin, he's known to have gotten massages that were consensual from a girl who was an underage sex slave to Jeffrey Epstein. She was of age when she rubbed him, but it's really scary.
She was of age then?
When she massaged him, supposedly she was 22, but she'd been with Jeffrey Epstein for a while.
Right. Well, as we say in the law, this doesn't pass the smell test.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so shady and sketchy. And when people try to talk about any impropriety of our current president, I always point to Bill Clinton. If anyone wonders what President Trump is doing in the Oval Office, I assure you, it's not nearly as scandalous as what Bill Clinton was doing with Monica Lewinsky.
No, I have a high degree of certainty that he doesn't have one of his interns under his desk.
I would be quite certain of that.
Yeah. So let me ask you this.
I was one of his interns because I was on The Apprentice, and I will assure you that there was nothing but appropriate relationships between bosses and interns.
So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez got a grand total of 1 minute because they don't want America to realize how much of a say she has in everything that's going on. But I found it quite curious that in 1 minute at the Democratic National Convention, she does not mention Joe Biden's name, nor does she mention Kamala Harris's name. And at the very end, it was weird to me. She said, I second the nomination for president for Bernard Sanders. She didn't nominate Joe Biden.
So she did not nominate Joe Biden. What she did, though, that wasn't some crazy avant-garde move. It's actually a formality because Bernie did receive the adequate number of delegates. So she was seconding his nomination, which, by the way, is a formality during roll call. So it really isn't that over the top. She did follow up with a tweet indicating that she's ready for Joe Biden to bring it home and things of that nature. But I think she's just a divisive figure within the party. She really doesn't have any sort of unifying role. She hasn't really accomplished anything whatsoever. I mean, at least she has enthusiasm, which Joe Biden does not, but she's completely incapable of making anything occur. It's almost like a child with a toy. They're very enthusiastic about the toy if it's a toy car, but they're not going to turn that into the next Tesla tomorrow.
Yeah, and you know what, Erin? I know you say, it seems like it's a blasé thing, like, oh yeah, they had to. Every state made a point to give some of their electors to Bernie Sanders. So it was an orchestrated event to make sure Bernie Sanders got X amount of votes, right? And then she seconds his nomination, which to me I think was very clever on their part, because if something does happen to befall Joe Biden, then the Bernieites are going to be against, the establishment trying to stick somebody else in there. So I think they set a precedent there by saying Bernie got the second most and he was seconded, so they're going to try to force him back in.
But what does that tell you about the party? There's no cohesiveness, and I believe there was some vitriol and anger between Michelle Obama and AOC. It just seems like every time you turn and every time you look, there's no unity and no conformity. We had John Kasich, jealous John Kasich, who was there saying, don't worry, Joe Biden is a centrist. And then you have Bernie himself on saying, he's really progressive. There's just no messaging that sends a message.
Hey, great point. All right, now listen, me and you, we got some beef. I got to get this in before this segment
here every
ends.
week.
No, we got some beef. I'm following you on Insta. I ask all my audience to follow the USA Strong.
Our handle is Proud USA Strong.
Proud USA Strong.
Everywhere.
All right, and then I'm looking at Instagram and I see that you got your own show now called Right Angles.
Yes.
And then I see it's on 1 p.m. Eastern. So I'm thinking, wow, et tu brute? Now you're going to start trying to steal my audience in the second hour?
No, okay, so first of all, it's a podcast, so... And we're just starting out, so I apologize. And it's only twice a week. And what we'll do one time is we can do like a joint broadcast.
Yeah, together. All right. You see, you know.
I would never want to do that. We're old friends. I consider you a true friend, and I would never do that.
Our karmatic energies are so connected, because I was going to propose to you that one way, not only can we be still friends and contributors to each other, but we can have an exponential effect by doing, maybe once a week, we do a little segment where we cross simulcast. So I'm on your show while you're on my show. And
I don't know how to do that, but let's do it.
I think that'll be fun. And then, both of our audiences who tend to like you a lot more than they like me, they'll start tuning out of Liquid Lunch. But no, listen, I'm only joking around with you. I'm so happy. You need more of a platform.
I think that's a really great idea. I'm not too adroit with the technology yet, but I bet we could make that happen, and then we could cross-pollinate, make it good for everybody. I'm not one...
I love the thought of cross-pollination.
Yeah, and I don't get competitive. I think there's room for everybody, and if you... grow, I grow, and if I grow, you grow. So I really think it's a good way to make everybody stronger when we work together.
What doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
And I'm so sad. I'm drinking Starbucks
tell me about Florida. I know Jess is so good. She brought me an iced caramel coffee from Dunkin' today. Tell me in our last couple minutes here. Tell me what's going on down in Florida. I'm hearing all kinds of different stories from the left-wing media. But people I know down there are telling me it's kind of like almost business as usual.
There are some masks being worn when you are inside of establishments and things of that nature. But the good news about Florida is everyone is really operating under their normal, terms and conditions, if you will. People are out, people are about, people are at restaurants, people are allowed to eat inside, they're allowed to eat outside, you're allowed to go to exercise classes, barbers, nail salons, hair salons. You can get a massage. What's the one guy's not allowed to get a massage at Orchids of Asia? That's right down the street from me. Who was that again? I can't think of his name. The guy that owns the Patriots.
Robert Kraft was going over there every day. Oh, let's see. You're a billionaire. You need to run down the street to the strip mall in your Bentley to get a $60 happy ending. It doesn't even make sense, the whole thing.
I should go find out where that is, but someone told me it's close to where I live.
Now I gotta tell you, on our social media, our audience who's watching on Facebook, they're following along and they give me suggestions. One of my regular viewers, Johnny McNamee, said, "Have to admit she's easier to look at than JT, but I'm still with you." So I mean, you're already winning them over.
Thank you, but an insult to you is never really a compliment to me.
Oh, wow! All right, well, he said you are easier to look at, which is
thank you. Tell him it's just the lighting. It's just the lighting. It's all smoke and mirrors.
All right, Erin Elmore. Proud USA Strong is the Instagram page. They're fighting every day to remind you how badly we need to get away from China. And I'll see you next week. Hopefully I'll come on right angles if you want.
Every week. We got to do it.
All right.